We were getting ready to do the Tennessee Titans dynasty, and have you seen their roster? It is absolutely horrific. Besides Jeffrey Simmons and Kevin Zeitler, it is devoid of any talent anywhere. Skoronski is our most talented guy, and did Madden do Cam Ward dirty? The number 1 overall pick is a 71 overall. We need a good running back. We need 3 good receivers. We need a good tight end. We need at least 2 good offensive linemen. We need 2 edges, 1 defensive tackle, 3 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. After that, the Titans are going to win the Super Bowl.
Why they be down the boy? Tell them it's part of the plan. I'm just the underdog feeding them slaps. The gains in the palm of my hand. Whoa, they want me to fail, this is personal. They sleeping on me, this is perjury. You making nobody else heard of you. Tell them that the pregnant beat for the surgery. Killing it, they ain't gotta gas me up. Do it myself, I'm drilling it. How many times did they pass me up? I'm cool, can't walk on my shoes, I'm kicking it. Wanted you big cause they see that it's working. Grow from the L's, they see wins on the surface. Flaunting my wins, I do it on purpose. Playing with you till you cry to the circus.
So we just finished season 1. I was gonna try to show you a game this year, but I felt like that would be not very nice of me to do. But let's see if we played ourselves out of the number 1 overall pick. And yes, the Bills went 17-0 during the regular season. But let's see. We did it. We did it. I mean, if that's an accomplishment. The Bills didn't even make it past their first game. They actually got beat. The Seattle Seahawks, of all teams, won the Super Bowl in 2025. Cam Ward had 4,600 yards passing. Well, he threw 16 touchdowns and 21 picks, but he was sacked 64 times. How I let him get hit that many times? I should be tried in front of a jury of my peers. That is unbelievably bad, especially for a guy that can move like Cam Ward. Tony Pollard didn't have a great season, but he kind of vultured 12 touchdowns. But look at Elick Ayumanor, and I'm going to work on that, Titans fans, so forgive me. And Chimere Dike. Look at the seasons they had. Cody Barton, not so young anymore, but he had 157 tackles for us, 6 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and you lead the team with 3 picks. And you lead second on the team with 7 deflections. He was a star development. So check him out. He stays star development. Cedric Gray, who I believe was normal dev, had 124 tackles at the will position, 7 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks. And what did he get for that? He got star development. And look at the highly picked rookie, the edge, that the Titans, I believe, picked early in the 2nd round last year. Had 67 tackles from his edge position, 13 tackles for loss, and 8.5 sacks. And what did that get him? Absolutely nothing. What in the world is going on? Jeffrey Simmons, he used to be a superstar X Factor. This year he may just be superstar. I forgot. He had 9 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. And look, they put him down to star development. So as free agency is in almost every first year of a dynasty, it was pretty bad this year. But we were able to go out and secure Bobby Wagner and Taylor Moton, the top 2 players in free agency. The reasons? We had our second best player, our right guard, retire on us. And so we didn't really have a right tackle. So why not go out and get Taylor Moton? We did sign him for 2 years. He was the only guy that we did sign for 2 years. We had to give him a lot of money, but we had the cap room. And I know it looks like we don't have any cap room left. But that is many players that we signed to 1-year contracts. The reason why we signed most of those players was, 1, to fill spots like Billy Wagner or Bobby Wagner. Sorry, not the closer, ex-closer. But at the very least, we want him to be a mentor to our young linebacker at the wheel position. Bobby Wagner will help with that. He'll also back up at every spot. And then Taylor Moton just adds a solid 85 at right tackle. We moved our right tackle, who is, I believe, a 74 overall, to right guard. So he'll start there where we had no right guards. So it was really a big get for us in what's normally a horrible first year of free agents. We also did pick up a fullback. Even with the running back by committee that we do have, we could always switch to the 49ers offense. It just affords us a lot of different options if we decide to do that. We do have the first pick overall. We have a very interesting situation. We have young players at different positions. None of them are superstars. At the best, they are stars. The number one pick is most likely going to be used if we were to trade the pick. They would use that to draft a quarterback. If it were to somebody that already had a quarterback, obviously they would probably go Reuben Bain Jr., who is going to be an absolutely just amazing player. First thing I see, though, is C block shedding, B finesse moves. Now, I know that's not the end of Reuben Bain Jr., but you look at what he did at the Combine, what he did at his college pro day, I wouldn't say he necessarily dominated. I mean, I guess you could say he did in the bench press, broad jump, 3-cone drill, and kind of the 20-yard shuttle. Like, he did okay. But his vertical, his 40-yard dash, is nothing to write home about. It does say he has elite acceleration, elite agility, elite change of direction, and it does say he has great speed, which is pretty generous. 4.62. I mean, that's very good for how big, how tall and how heavy he is. So I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's going to be a great player. A tackle, A awareness. He's already going to be high because of his A awareness. Hit power F. Man, that's scary to me. But he has A tackle. He does have A power moves and then B finesse moves. So he could be either type of edge rusher, a power rusher, or a finesse rusher. His block shedding C, we'd have to work on that. We do have an end that is very good and up and coming. Could we use a second elite end, young end? Absolutely. But could we get that end later in the draft? I'm talking top 8 or top 6 if we traded back. Take TJ Parker. See, he's C block shedding as well. B finesse moves, A power moves, A tackle. See, his combine and his pro day are pretty good. A pursuit. His hit power is D too. So I guess the edges maybe just don't hit very hard. Maybe that's just their MO. And I've played this game a lot and drafted a lot, but I haven't noticed that with the edges all the time. But again, he's got C block shedding. So he's definitely, to me, not worth the number 1 overall pick. But he's kind of a mirror image. He does have B awareness as opposed to A awareness. So see, just moving back one spot to the Bengals pick, which is crazy that they're picking 2nd overall. We would pick up 3/3 basically in 3 separate drafts, just for moving one pick. Cleveland, that's a little bit closer to what I'm looking at. Oh, the Jets are offering their 3rd, their 21st pick. That's interesting. I have a plan, and it is to make the trade with the Cleveland Browns, who I have no doubt will go with Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore, and we'll slide back to the 5th pick. We'll probably miss out on maybe the best free safety to come out in quite a while, but TJ Parker, an edge rusher, will be sitting there for us to be able to pick. And then with our first pick in the 2nd round, my hope is that either one of the wide receivers falls to us, like Carnell Tate or Lemon from USC, or Jeremiah Love, or both. I equally love them, all 3 of them equally. All right, guys. So Cleveland now is in the top spot. They go Mendoza 1st overall. And the Bengals, they go Peter Woods, defensive tackle from Clemson. I believe Dante Moore went to the Jets, who's probably who they were looking for anyway. And that's great for us because that's just another quarterback off the board. Washington actually goes Bain Jr., So that would have been fascinating, because if who they were mocked to was Caleb Downs. So we actually have the opportunity to pick, the best free safety in Caleb Downs. I think we're going to stick with our plan. The only ones I'd be interested in trading down with are Carolina and Minnesota. Ooh, so Carolina would not give us this year's first. So Minnesota didn't even offer. So it looks like we're going to make our selection, even though Downs would be phenomenal and we would have our pick of the tackles in the draft. I don't know how we get past taking a top 5 talent with the 5th pick. He ran a 4.6 at his college pro day, and the dude is 6'3", 264, and he's a power rusher. I like his combine and college pro day numbers, and then I like his skills set. All right, we're going TJ Parker for the first time ever. Welcome to the Tennessee Titans, number 5 and true value. Hidden dev, that's the key. 88 strength, 85 speed, 91 acceleration, 85 jumping, 83 change of direction, and 82 agility. 6'3", 264, 21-year-old. Caleb Downs goes to the Carolina Panthers. I'm sure that they had no inclination that he was going to fall to them. Even though they needed tackle, Caleb Downs is so good that they went with Caleb Downs. Minnesota went right tackle. Jordan Tyson finally goes off the board to the Rams, it appears. Now the Dolphins are expected to go corner here, and they do. Gerard McCoy out of Tennessee. Avion Terrell goes. A.J. Harris. Another tackle goes. Wagner. There's Mansour Delane. Jeremiah Love. Oh my gosh. Did I just skip through our pick? I am challenged sometimes, guys. Oh my gosh. I just let the CPU pick Jeremiah Love, which I love. But what was I doing? Sorry, guys. But let me tell you, there could have been a million worse picks than Jeremiah Love. The dude is flat out going to ball out for us. I really needed a tackle. Look at all those picks, man. A second, 2 thirds in this year's draft, and then a third next year, and 2 fifths for a late first round pick. Basically, done deal. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. Well, finally, let me look on my little calculator here. Yeah, they just robbed me. Okay, we're back on the board. We will pick who we were going to pick in the first place. Even though it is quite tempting to go Carnell Tate, as I feel like we need that player, I'm going tackle. I believe he's a fairly elite tackle. He is 23, but elite tackles are hard to come by. Look at those grades. A, impact blocking. A, run blocking. Look at him tear up the combine. Strength is just good. Normally I'm a big strength guy, but when you finish third, first, third, and first in the others, I consider that well done, sir. A, run block finesse. B, pass block finesse. Isaiah World, welcome to the Tennessee Titans. So I apologize, guys, for my mistake. I've never done that before. I maybe need to go to bed. So B- draft pick. Ooh, normal dev. That hurts. 87 strength. Normal dev. Alright, so I traded all my picks, so I better do well with this pick. It's too bad that Keldrick Falk fell this far. I mean, he would have been a really good edge rusher, I think. What would infuse, maybe bring together our offense is an elite wide receiver. Who better than Carnell Tate? He's 6'3", 196. We desperately need a wide receiver. We have 3 on our roster right now. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, Carnell Tate. Hopefully we didn't overdraft. Oh, Coach Charles Polson is so pumped. Number 14 in true value, baby. 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 93 change of direction, 93 jumping, 92 agility. And he's 21 as well. Wow, this guy is ridiculously fast. Dylan Diamond. Wonder if he played corner. Let's call Cleveland. Welcome to Tennessee, Dylan Theinman. Maybe a shocker to some of you guys. Maybe dumb. 15th in true value. That's what I'm talking about right there. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 change of direction, 88 agility. Wonder what he would be at corner. Gosh, he's got a tackle. Did we kill this draft? I believe we did. And anyone that starts laughing at the 25 overall long snapper, I'm going to flip out. So TJ Parker is a 79. Hidden Dev. Look at Jeremiah Love. 81. We didn't get to see his player card because I'm an idiot sometimes. 95 speed, 95 acceleration. Isaiah World. That was a pretty bad pick by me. Tate is a 77. That is a great starting point. Steinman, we'll find out soon, fellas, if he can play cornerback. I think I said this in another video, but there should be a trophy for me for drafting somebody with this little amount of talent. Through week 12, we stand at 7-4. We stand 5th right now in the AFC playoff race. Cam Ward is still a star dev trait, but he is up to an 86 overall. And our two wide receivers are at 85 and 82 respectively, with Carnell Tate at an 86 already, J.C. Latham at an 83, Skoronski at an 85, Moten at an 87, and our rookie, he is an 81. Gunnar Helm is a 76 overall. Jeremiah Love is a superstar, and he is at 93 already. Three starting linebackers are Gray with the veteran Woods at free safety, and the second-year man out of Penn State, Winston, as an 86 overall. And then at corner, we have L'Jarius Sneed as our number 2, and Theinman, who was a safety at Oregon, we moved him to corner. He's already an 85 overall. And of course, the belle of the ball, TJ Parker, is already an 88 overall superstar. And on the other side is Oladejo, who is the second-year man, and he's an 86 overall. And then Jeffrey Simmons is playing at a 96, and Tavondre Sweat is playing at an 86. So with the Titans playing well so far this season, I thought we would get in a game so you guys could see, and I could see, some of our new additions. The Titans wearing the 75th anniversary uniforms, which are the Houston Oilers uniforms. 3rd and 1 for your Tennessee Titans. There goes Jeremiah Love. The 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. That is just blazing speed, is all that is. And some good blocking up front. So the score is all tied up at 7. 1:46 left in the first quarter. That's a play action. They go to Tate, and Tate will get within the red zone, tight end in motion. Oh, DK down to about the 2-yard line. He picks up a Titan first down. Carnell Tate gets in the touchdown. Tennessee up just by 7. Nice moves by Jeremiah Love. Cam Ward finds the Stanford grad in the end zone for yet another Tennessee Titans touchdown. There's Fernando Mendoza leading the Browns over the Panthers in a low-scoring game. So Cam Ward, 11 of 14, 129 yards and 1 TD. Jeremiah Love already over 100 yards on 8 carries. Oh, there's Elick. Oh, he toes the sidelines, and he's gone. The speedster from Stanford. 28-14 your score. Oh, the pass to Elick. Is he gone? He might be. The Stanford graduate, I believe IU Minor, had to get 150 yards today to go up in development, so he may have just done enough. Some might call it conservative plays, but Charles Polson or Coach Polson would call them winning plays. Oh, and Jeremiah Love could just walk in for another Tennessee Titans touchdown. So Cam Ward has led his team into playoff contention. T'Vondre Sweat with 2 sacks. 5 sacks by the Tennessee Titans, including TJ Parker. We have gone 12-5. We have secured home field advantage. How did it happen? I did not plan on this being a 2-year rebuild, but I can tell you one thing, that we drafted really, really well. I mean, look at Cam Ward. He improved on his numbers last year. He's finally called the quarterback of the future. 39 TDs, 11 INTs, only 37 sacks this year, which is way down from last year. Over 5,000 yards passing. Look at Jeremiah Love. He only carried it 176 times, but he ran for over 1,000 yards on 6 yards per carry and 19 TDs. No fumbles. Look at our receivers. 111 catches, 1,357 yards, and 14 TDs. Carnell Tate, 80 catches, 1,213 yards, 11 TDs. And then look at DK, 82 catches, 1,203 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Even Gunnar Helm improved his numbers, 69 catches, 650 yards, and 4 TDs. Jeremiah Love had over 50 catches. And then look at on defense, Cedric Gray, the second-year player out of North Carolina, had 147 tackles from his will position. And then, of course, 7 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, and 1 pick. I mean, that's up there with Defensive Player of the Year numbers. That is really just sick in a good way. Thieneman, the safety out of Oregon that we moved to corner, had 125 tackles from his cornerback position. He had 2 picks, 1.5 sacks, and 1 tackle for loss. L'Jarius Sneed had 106 tackles with 3 picks. And then Cody Barton, our Mike, had 105 tackles. Kevin Winston Jr., our first-year player out of Penn State, 99 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 7 pass deflections. Jeffrey Simmons, 13 tackles for loss, 77 tackles, which is phenomenal for a defensive tackle, and 11.5 sacks. Oladejo, our first-year player out of UCLA, had 82 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 10 sacks. And then TJ Parker, we could have taken anyone with this pick, but we took TJ Parker out of Clemson, and look what he did. 78 tackles from his edge position, 9 tackles for loss, and 14.5 sacks. If that's not Rookie of the Year, I will be surprised. And then T'Vondre Sweat, the second-year player out of Texas. He had 44 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. TJ Parker led our team with 14.5 sacks. Jeffrey Simmons was second with 11.5. Oladejo had 10, and then Gray was 4th, and Sweat was 5th. Sneed led us with INTs with 3, then Thieneman and Marcus Harris with 2. Look at Marcus Harris with 11 pass deflections. Kevin Winston Jr. was 7, Woods was 7, and then Thieneman was 6. So here we are live at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Cincinnati Bengals will take on the Tennessee Titans. The Bengals, who won 10 games this year, and the Titans, who surprised the football world by winning 12 games this year. So Cincinnati wastes no time in putting points up on the board. If I knew that guy was coming, I would have juked or spun. But Jeremiah Love shows his top-end speed. And Jeremiah Love easily gets around the corner, but good blocking. I know they'll want to get this, if not in the end zone, get it close. But Tate is going to take it in on the crosser. Oh, Carnell Tate just seems to be open all day. So 34 in there. He's going to run it with a great block by Jeremiah Love. So again, to fantasy owners, I apologize, as James Conner, great story, but he vultures a Jeremiah Love touchdown. Tennessee wins over the Cincinnati Bengals. So Coach Charles Polson and Cam Ward move on. And Joe Burrow, unfortunately for him, goes home early again. Jeremiah Love goes up to a 91 overall. So Tennessee will have to face the Kansas City Chiefs. It was either Kansas City or Baltimore. So either way, it was going to be a tough matchup. In the NFC, it will be the Rams, the number 1 seed, versus the 3 seed, the Detroit Lions. Welcome again to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, where it is pouring rain. And unfortunately for the Tennessee Titans, they will have to take on the 91 overall Kansas City Chiefs. But at least they take them on at home. Oh, the play action. And they get DK in for a touchdown. So I would say this is a pretty big down for the Titans. Oh my gosh, he's left wide open. Oh, and he holds on. Carnell Tate. Oh, Carnell Tate gets ever so close to the end zone. And Tate holds on after the big hit for the touchdown for the Tennessee Titans. Great defensive stand. That is exactly what Tennessee needed. Oh, 4th and 10. Oh no, Tate drops it. That's the game, folks. Kansas City got the best of us in a rain-filled game, but no excuses. They had to play in the rain too, and we just didn't do what we were supposed to do. Kansas City wins the Super Bowl 42-20 over the LA Rams. Isaiah Pacheco, the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen, the NFL MVP. Coach of the Year, Charles Polson of the Titans. Offensive Rookie of the Year, the one, the only, Jeremiah Love. And yes, in fact, the Defensive Rookie of the Year from the Bengals is Peter Woods. Carnell Tate did go up to superstar development. Jadeveon Clowney, who was on our team just as a mentor. Levi Wallace was a mentor. All these guys were just mentors, but Taylor Moton was a Pro Bowler. What did we need in free agency? We needed a center. We needed a right guard, right tackle converted to right guard, Brian O'Neill. We need cornerback depth, which actually Kenny Moore will be our 3rd corner. And we re-signed Xavier Woods. So we don't have to go out and get a safety. We could use a premier corner, but we're set on the line. The Minnesota Vikings had the 3rd worst record in the NFL last year. In Mock Draft 5, it has them picking the great Ryan Williams at wide receiver. They are not at a point where they're even close to winning right now. We were willing to offer them our 24-year-old, 86 overall, Elick Iomanor Elkton Jenkins, which they need a center at this point, even if it's just a plug and play for a year or two. 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. But we cannot do it due to lack of cap room. So the Justin Jefferson trade is not going through. We tried many different ways to make it work, but in order for us to give them 2 firsts, 2 seconds, one of the best 24-year-old wide receivers in the league, and a center to help make the cap room work, a center which is what they need at this time too, on a short contract, so they wouldn't be owing him for years to come. But those picks were of ultimate value to them, and we just couldn't get under the cap. So as much as we would have loved to have Justin Jefferson, we will have to pass. So the draft is underway, and that is correct. You do see the Jets have the first and second picks overall. They could actually pick Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State and Ryan Williams from Alabama and be set at wide receiver for the next 10 years or so. But as a consolation prize, it has them picking Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State and Colin Simmons, the edge rusher from Texas, who are both top 5 projections. It's tough to see Jeremiah Smith go. I would have loved to have him on the team, but just wasn't meant to be. We really had no need for Colin Simmons, even though I'm sure he'll be just dominant. And I was mistaken. The Vikings, I was looking at the wrong mock draft. The Vikings did not have the 3rd worst record. They had the 9th worst record, apparently. So I apologize about that. I was mistaken. If that corner falls to 5, we're going to try to get into the mix. So Dylan Stewart, an edge rusher, goes. So we've got to get into the GM's office. We've got to, I'd say, give up more than, we feel like is fair. What if we gave you 2 firsts, the second in 2027 and the second in 2028? You would actually still pick up a second round pick in this year's draft. And then next year's draft, you would have at least 2 firsts. You would have 2 seconds. And then in 2009, you would have 2 firsts along with this year's 2027 second round pick, all to move up to 5. And I think that's pretty fair, right? Done deal. Well, we are on the board now, so we can make our selection. Let's look at Leonard Moore. B, catching. A, man coverage. A, press. B, zone coverage. He's 6'2", 200. He's 21. He ran the 4th fastest 40 at the NFL Combine. 3rd in bench. 3rd in 20-yard shuttle. And you can see the rest. Elite, elite, great, elite, good, solid. And they only gave him solid strength, but he finished 3rd in bench press reps. His awareness is B, but everything else that matters is A or B, which the A's I love. Man coverage, A. Press, A. B, zone coverage. A, tackle. Doesn't really matter as much at corner. Welcome to Tennessee, Leonard Moore. I hope you're as good as they say you are, because we gave up the farm for you. We overpaid. Just to be fair, Leonard Moore from Notre Dame was ranked number 2 in true value, able to quickly diagnose plays, sticky in man coverage, displays good knowledge of zone concepts, 92 speed, 95 acceleration, 94 agility, 93 change of direction, 93 jumping, hidden dev. So we'll skip ahead in the draft. David Stone just went, a defensive tackle from Oklahoma. And there he is, guys. My 3rd option. Wow. So, oh yeah, Julian Sayin is supposed to go right after this pick. And look at that. Raiola hasn't gone yet either. And he's projected top 5. So KC could get him. Quarterbacks never fall that far. Too bad we don't need a quarterback, guys. The 3rd guy that I had my eye on was this guy, Cam Coleman, 6'2", 206 from Auburn. He's ranked 20th. He's a round 1 pick. We may need to look at Jacoby Lane from USC too. In fact, let's look at him first. So not a great combine, not super ratings or anything, but I kind of don't think Cam Coleman has super ratings. He does there. A, B, B, B. Yeah, that's the killer, man. 4.54, 40. But what's the worst of everything is a 4.34 20-yard shuttle. So it makes his change of direction poor. But this guy can catch in traffic. He can catch. His deep route's good. His release is good. Welcome to Tennessee, Mr. Cam Coleman, 46th in true value. So he could have been worse. B-, NFL ready pass catcher, unbothered by defenders when catching passes, excellent technique when running short routes. Only 88 speed, which is pretty horrendous, but he is 6'2", and he has 98 jumping, 95 acceleration, only 90 agility. I think we'll use him in the slot, and he should get better. Let me see if there's anybody that we need to try to move up for, if we even can. This guy's still here, Deshaun Spears. We do need a free safety. So there goes Julian Sand to the Rams. All right, Deshaun Spears, 6'3", 213, free safety. Welcome to Tennessee. Well, the staff of the Titans is just beyond pumped right now. B-, he was ranked 47th in true value, and you drafted him at 33. 90 speed, 94 acceleration. 90 speed for a safety is good, dude. Leonard Moore is an 82. That is legit, guys. Cam Coleman is a 74. Can we get him up to be a dominating wide receiver throughout the season? Or is he going to fall down the depth chart? Deshaun Spears, 74. He can't start. The Jets got an 84 in Jeremiah Smith, 78 in Colin Simmons, an 80 in Ryan Williams. So it's kind of good that we did mortgage the future for Ryan Williams. I could see it for Jeremiah Smith at 84. Has 95 speed, 96 acceleration, 95 agility. But Ryan Williams, 96, 99, and 99. Wow. But look at our corner, 92, 95, 94. So we are at the end of season 3. We have to face the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes, we did finish second, so we didn't get a bye. Kansas City and Philadelphia got the byes, but nonetheless, we're still in the playoffs as the number 2 seed. Cam Ward threw for 5,600 yards, 38 TDs, 9 picks. Jeremiah Love only had 870 yards, but on 4.6 yards per carry and 25 touchdowns. That is amazing. Elick had 114 catches, 1,600 yards, and 5 TDs. Carnell Tate had 130 catches, 1,500 yards, 11 TDs. And our rookie out of Auburn, Cam Coleman, had 93 catches for 1,328 yards and 18 TDs. If that's not Offensive Rookie of the Year, I don't know what is. And then Gunnar Helm, 74 catches, 743 yards, and 2 TDs. On defense, Cedric Gray. He led our team in tackles with 136. 4 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. Cody Barton, our Mike linebacker, 122 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. Our rookie corner that we kind of mortgaged the future for had 102 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and no picks, but 4 deflections. Oladejo took a huge leap this year. Look at that, 87 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 22.5 sacks. Tavondre Sweat, 7 tackles for loss, so he was second on the team, and 3.5 sacks. Leonard Moore was tied with TJ Parker for third with 6 tackles for loss. Oladejo led our team with 22.5 sacks. Jeffrey Simmons came up big with 14.5 sacks. And TJ Parker, our former 5th pick or so, 9.5 sacks. Bobby Wagner had 3 picks. So Cam Ward is up to a 91. But he's playing up to a 97. Jeremiah Love is up to a 95, playing up to a 99. Tate, 93, playing up to a 96. Cam Coleman, 89, playing up to a 93. Elick, 87 overall, 91 in reality though. DK, 82, and an 83. And then Gunnar Helm, 72, 75. We did pick up Harold Fannin Jr. for nothing, basically. just to make him our second tight end, and he's been solid for us. TJ Parker has turned into an X factor, and Leonard Moore, the corner we jumped up to get, was in fact an X factor. Here we are live at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Tighten up. This is the wild card game between the Chargers and the Titans. Both teams looking just absolutely sweet in their unis. Oh, Jeremiah Love stepped out. I wonder if Cam Ward had to get Warren Moon's approval to wear number 1. That has to be a retired number in the Titans organization, but maybe they don't count it since it's Houston. 30 seconds left before half. Carnell Tate is wide open. Good job to get out of bounds, though. Tennessee would probably love a touchdown here, but they may have to settle. They may not have to settle. So they used their second of their 3 timeouts. So it's 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Oh, that was DK, and the Titans are going to take this one in a low-scoring battle against Jim Harbaugh's Chargers. Harbaugh, who loves winning in the trenches, loves running the ball, saw the Tennessee Titans do that today. Welcome to the divisional matchup. Buffalo Bills against the Tennessee Titans. So Cam Ward is pretty great. Jeremiah Love just steps over that guy and is fast enough to get around that last defender to pick up a Tennessee Titan touchdown. So Tennessee deep in their own territory, about the 14-yard line. They go over the middle to Elick on a crossing pattern, and he gets out to the 30-yard line. Now, sometimes I hate it when the offensive coordinator comes up with the same play 30 times in a row. Oh, go. He's gone. Jeremiah Love, the 30, the 20, the 10. 5, touchdown, Jeremiah Love. Play action. Oh, great catch by Cam Coleman. He went up and got it, guys. Jeremiah Love gets through blockers everywhere. If those were landmines, he would have been blown up, but he brushed by his blockers and got into the end zone. So the timeout called by the Bills, their second of 3 timeouts. Oh, Jeremiah Love gets around the corner. Should he just fall down? No, he goes for the touchdown. So maybe a little immaturity there, but how can you tell a kid to just stop running? And the Titans pull it off 28-14 over the slightly favored Buffalo Bills, even though Tennessee was at home. So Love 155 yards on 10 carries and 4 TDs. Tate with 4 catches, 74 yards. So the Steelers upset the Kansas City Chiefs. The bad thing is that the Pittsburgh Steelers have the number 1 ranked pass defense and the number 1 ranked rush defense. So here we go. This is the AFC Championship, pitting the number 1 defense up against the number 1 offense in the Tennessee Titans. The Steelers are just loaded on the defensive side of the ball. 1 wide receiver split left. Oh my gosh. Jeremiah Love almost breaks that and gets to about the 33-yard line. Looks like they're going with the post wide dig. Oh, he's wide open. Nobody even close to Carnell Tate. Like they just decided not to cover him. So for being the number 1 defense in all of football, they aren't playing like it so far. And he gets in for the touchdown. Touchdown Titans as they go up 14-0 before half. Now that was a flip. So Tennessee needs to be very careful with this ball. People just bounce off Jeremiah Love. That's just all there is to it. Oh, Tate on the crossing pattern, gets in. So Ward does what he has to do, and he gets it to Tate on that one. And the Titans will move on to the Super Bowl as they take down the team's best defense. So it will be the number 1 seed Philadelphia Eagles against the number 2 seed Tennessee Titans in the upcoming Super Bowl. Cam Ward came in second to, of course, Patrick Mahomes for the league MVP. Coach Charles Polson won Coach of the Year again. Cam Coleman came in second, with Jeremiah Love finishing fourth, Cam Ward finishing fifth, and Carnell Tate finishing seventh. Oladejo finished third in Defensive Player of the Year. Cam Coleman easily took home the Offensive Player of the Year over Jeremiah Smith, the number 1 overall pick. Leonard Moore, our prized cornerback, who I believe is up to a 91, but he's playing at a 94 or 95 overall, and he finished 8th. Jeremiah Love won Best Running Back of the Year. Cam Coleman, Best Wide Receiver. This is for you, TD. I hope you're out there watching from Canada and watching your Tennessee Titans take the field against the favored Philadelphia Eagles. But hopefully we can pull one out for you, bud. You are missed, just know that. Oh, easy touchdown for Love. He could have walked in the end zone. A fumble by Philly. Turnovers should be a key in this game. So play action. Oh, they go to Elick. Oh, and he gets so close to the first down. It is a 1st and goal at the Philadelphia Eagles 3-yard line. Oh, and Love just slips in. Great cross blocking right there. And Love just found the seam and just fit right into it. So this game is going quickly. Oh, Cam Coleman picks it up, and he picks up more than enough for a Titans first down. Cam Ward takes the snap. Oh, and Coleman is just lit up, and he drops the ball. That 50-yard field goal by Nick Folk is good. Wow, an interception by Xavier Woods. Oh, not a good throw by Cam Ward, and that is picked by number 30. So that turns into a huge play. Even though the Eagles did not score in that first half, Tennessee did not put more points on the board. So now when Philly does, it's just a field goal lead. Gunnar Helm comes up with a huge catch. Carnell Tate. That's a touchdown, baby. Carnell Tate. You have to get the ball to that guy. He is a game changer. This game is over, folks. Philly is out of timeouts. Congrats to all Tennessee Titans fans and all underdog fans out there. And congratulations to my good bud, TD Barrett. I hope you're relaxing, enjoying your time, and you're getting to celebrate the Titans' victory. The championship trophy finally goes to Nashville. Coach Charles Polson leads another team to a Super Bowl trophy. But how can you say enough about Jeremiah Love, Cam Ward, Carnell Tate, Cam Coleman, the whole defense, including TJ Parker, all the young guys that came through for the Titans. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm grateful to you for watching this far in the program. It means the world to me. You guys help me get up in the middle of the night while my 2 boys sleep and come up here and do this. So I love you guys. Know that you're made for a purpose. Check out that 100% approval from everybody, including the fans. So they must have fixed that. If you're not a subscriber, you may think you are, but if you're not, please hit that subscribe button and that noti bell so you get notifications of new stuff that I put out. There is word that is leaking by my mouth that I may have a guest coming soon that is a former NFL player. So stay tuned for that. Please smash that like button and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. Always do. But take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys soon.